Did I film an intro? I don't remember. But let's see. So now that spring has rolled in, I like to have a little more glowy skin just so my skin looks fresher and less dull than how it was in the winter. I just like a little change, you know, in my makeup. And this tutorial is also a sort of demo because I'm going to add some clips here and there. So the first step to achieving glowy skin is using a moisturizer, even if you have oily skin. So this moisturizer has a lot of moisture, hence the name, and it just brightens my skin after I cleanse. I use a matte foundation, one that's full coverage, and it's this CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation. I use matte foundation, matte powder. I use all those matte face products because when I use my highlighter, I want it to be really glowy and just have the attention focus there. So now for the highlighter. This is my favorite highlighter. It's in a little sample that I've had for quite a while, but it's NARS Copacabana. That was a mouthful. NARS Copacabana highlighter. So I'm just going to swatch that. So blended it out. It really reflects light. So there's some key places that I really like to highlight, which is the top of my cheekbones right here, under my brow, and in my inner corner. Sometimes even like to highlight the outer corner of my eye just so it looks a little more awake. The bridge of my nose and my cupid's bow. I don't really like to put any on my forehead because it just doesn't look good with me. So here's a little clip of me putting on this Copacabana illuminator. So I use this little blush right here on top of my liquid illuminator by NARS, and this is the e.l.f. blush in Gotta Glow, and as you can tell, it's not really a blush. And this is supposedly a dupe for NARS Albatross. So it's a yellow based, sort of glittery highlighter that catches the light just like this, and just both of them together are like the perfect pair. Here's a little clip of me using this. So some illuminators, highlighters can make you look really oily, but I think this one just makes me look like I'm healthy. So here are some other powder illuminators that I would layer on top of Copacabana. e.l.f. Baked Blush. And this is in Pinktastic. Such a pretty name. So it's sort of a pearly highlighter with some pink veining in it. And I'll swatch it for you. On the pink side, so here's this highlighter. It's a little more on the pink side, but it still works. It's not too pink. It could double up as a blush if you'd like it to. This is Wet n Wild Fergie Shimmer palette in Rose Champagne Glow. So this one has a lot more pink veining. I'll just swatch this one too. Right under the other Pinktastic Rose Champagne Glow. This one's more of a blush, as you can tell, but it still has that highlighty sort of feel to it. Here's a highlighter that has more of a champagne glow to it if you like champagne. This is Hard Candy bronzer in Tiki. And I don't know why they called it a bronzer because it's definitely not a bronzer. Here is a swatch of that. I'm so bad at swatching. I put swatches in the most awkward places. So this one's a little more champagne-y bronze, but it still reflects light really well, which is probably what you're looking for in a highlighter. So that's all the highlighters that I have so far. I only have like a few, you know, but I am going to stop by MAC and then pick up either the Cream Color Base in Pearl or the Soft and Gentle MSF, so I'll keep you posted on that. So another option is to use eyeshadows. Just be sure to choose one that isn't as glittery. But here is the Mania palette, and this has a lot of glowy highlighter possibilities. So here's this white shimmery sort of glowy color. Just gonna put that right here. I can see that being highlight. And I also like to use baked blushes like this one. This one that I used today actually. Just so it gives me a little bit more of a glow, adds to the glow factor. Kind of obsessed with glowiness for the spring. Should that be on like my, what's that show? My Weirdest Obsession, being glowy? Somebody. Springtime is rolling around. What? That doesn't make sense. So now that springtime is, or now that springtime has rolled in, yeah, that makes a little more sense.